welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Tonight we'll see the Oklahoma City Thunder playing against the Milwaukee Bucks. Well, for Milwaukee, they haven't forgotten the fact that this team swept them last year in the regular season. This is a game they had circled going in. And here we are, game one of the new season.
Downtown. The feeling, no doubt, mutual. Thanks, DA. So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Gilgeous-Alexander out there with Paul, and it's Ferguson in at the 3. And for the Bucks, Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Matthews and Middleton, the 2 wings. And it's Bledsoe in at the 1. Now here's Bledsoe for 3. Middleton. The rebound by Steven Adams.
And last year, Chris Middleton not quite as dead-eye as he has been in the past. Still a solid shooter from all ranges.
Here's Ferguson. Kicks it out to Paul. Clock at 6. From the arc. Antetokounmpo grabs the miss. And for Middleton, Greg, you don't need all the volume out there from him. You just need the efficiency.
And Middleton has always been an efficient player. Great to have on a team as a second or third option.
And so the Milwaukee Bucks get the first points of the ballgame. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. So it's the Thunder now. Gallinari dishes to Paul. Over Bledsoe. The shot's good from Paul.
I think because Paul's had to play against bigger competition his whole life, he's become really good at scoring. Even with the hand right in his face, he just has a way of being able to score against tough D.
Now here's Bledsoe. A 20-point game for him in the win against the Clippers.
And we have to mention his rebounding. It wasn't all about the offense. He battled his tail off down low.
Here's Ferguson, and that one is stuffed right through.
Great teamwork, punctuated by a strong finish.
That is the perfect fast break, guys. Getting a hoop before the defense can get set.
Here's Bledsoe. Pass to Antetokounmpo. Good, and Bledsoe gets the assist. Giannis has got his second bucket of the game to go.
Decent at spotting his teammates. You know, Bledsoe is good, I think, at reading the defense and then recognizing when he's got an open teammate.
Now, here is Gallinari. He had 16 points in the win against Orlando. To the inside, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. His first shot is a miss, 0 for 1 to start the contest. And the dunk by Giannis.
Boy, he is so dangerous from this area, guys. Even when Giannis is defended tightly, he powers through it.
Now here's Paul. His last outing with 20 points. Adams trying to free himself up. Gilgeous-Alexander, good.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Now here's Bledsoe. On the wing, Giannis. Puts it up from 12, and it's good for 2. Giannis has got 8 points.
Antetokounmpo going to work inside. Yeah, he's 6'11", but he's also relentless.
Paul passes to Gallinari. Nice jump shot. Good.
Whatever the defense gives, that's what he takes. A sign of a skilled offensive player.
Bledsoe kicks to Antetokounmpo. Matthews scanning the floor. Middleton inside the three-point line. Thunder with the rebound. Gallinari dishes to Paul. From 12 feet out, again the Thunder score.
Just dial up automatic when you talk about Chris Paul's mid-range J. All he needs is just enough room.
Bledsoe against Paul. Here's Antetokounmpo. Nails the baby hook. 10 points for him.
5 of 5 to start. I think he's in a zone.
I think they've got to consider, Greg, throwing a few different looks his way early on, especially if he keeps shooting like this.
And Giannis throws it down.
And Giannis Antetokounmpo has some major hops. At almost 7 feet tall, he makes it look effortless.
And first time of the game called for Oklahoma City.
You know, while Eric Bledsoe isn't a 20-point-per-game scorer like he was in Phoenix, you could argue that he's a more effective player since coming to Milwaukee. His efficiency is at a career-high level.
Now that we have a chance, let's go to the 2K leaderboard and reveal last season's top shot blockers. 4th, Brook Lopez.
And shot blocking is the element of the game that I think he cares about the most. That's where he puts in that effort and energy.
Paul against Bledsoe. Adams, the pass to Paul. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. That shot off. Some solid defense from Antetokounmpo. And for Bledsoe and the Bucks, he's been a great pick, Clark, as a third option on the team.
Yeah, I agree, guys, because it really comes down to recognizing the right spot and right role for you with your team. And Bledsoe himself recognizes that. He says he's the happiest he's ever been since coming to Milwaukee.
And it's the Thunder with the ball, following the bucket by the Bucks. And the rejection by Giannis. Second shot opportunity. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It goes on Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And, you know, the defense gets their money's worth on that foul, stopping the layup and not giving up the and one.
Passes it to Matthews. Back to Bledsoe. Kicks it to Giannis. Good, and Bledsoe gets the assist. Bledsoe's got 3 assists tonight.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
That's not the kind of streak you want to be part of defensively. Tighten it up, fellas.
Paul's shot is off. Milwaukee leading by 4, and Bledsoe has it in the corner. Sinks the triple.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Yeah, they're lasered in. I mean, really making the most of their possessions.
Now here's Paul. The pass to Ferguson. Adams outside. Gilgeous-Alexander surveying the D. Whistle blows. Bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive stop.
Yeah, you know, with that size difference, that's not an easy shot. I mean, I don't care how close to the rim he is. That's a tough shot.
Down it goes. Nice one there from Antetokounmpo.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Bledsoe against Paul. Over Bledsoe. And Paul gets it to go in. Paul's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
And I love the tenacity, guys. He simply can will his way into games at times and exert his presence.
Now here's Lopez. 11 points for him in that last game against the Clippers in Los Angeles.
And of course, you cannot forget just how dominant his shot blocking was in that game. Just changed the entire complexion of that game.
Here's Paul, trailing by 5. Just 5 on the clock. Offensive rebound. And the rejection by Antetokounmpo.
And the amount of space Antetokounmpo covers is really breathtaking. You got to see it to believe it. I mean, he erases shots that you think he has no chance to get to. Love the read there from Antetokounmpo. I mean, his basketball IQ is really impressive when it comes to alley-oop attempts.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Giannis Antetokounmpo making his last shot. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Paul. To the paint. Ferguson's shot is good. Ferguson's got his second bucket tonight.
They know he's looking for him, so it's easy to see why Paul's teammates love him.
And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game. Now, Clark, there's nothing like opening night. Preseason in the rearview mirror. Now the games count for real. Terrific time.
Yeah, exciting for everybody because hope springs eternal for all teams in the league after you get beyond preseason. And the games do count. They start calculating and documenting W's and L's.
A platoon swap here for Milwaukee. And a new group in here for the Thunder. So for Milwaukee, their last game, a win against the Clippers. Hill looking it over. Left side, Korver. Jacks up a three. Good. The assist goes to Hill.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Now, Gilgeous-Alexander coming off a stellar performance against Orlando.
And the space Lopez is able to cover on defense, using that size and length to reject the shots.
Now here's Ilyasova. Outside Hill. Lopez with the bucket. And it's a 10-point Bucks lead. And an important part of every team's game. A look at the hustle stats for the Bucks.
Well, in the first half of play, they're closing out aggressively, blocking shots. A key indicator of their activity on the defensive side.
Another big aspect of their game tonight has been the fast break, transition opportunity. They're really keeping it up-tempo so far.
Here's Connaughton. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Here's Hill. 4 on the clock. Here's Korver. Lopez dishes to Ilyasova. Bucks passing it around. Hill kicks to Korver. Pass to Lopez. Tries again. And the layup is good. And the Bucks lead by 12.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Well, everything's coming too easily. I mean, at some point defensively, you have to take something away.
Now here's Schroeder. Pass to Muscala. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
Schroeder against Hill. Right side Korver. Over Diallo. Korver, no luck.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Yeah, I like the way they're setting the tone. Really playing with a lot of energy here at the start.
I'll tell you what, I'm not sure these guys can keep this up.
High-octane action for sure. Crowd-pleasing already.
Now, here is Hill. He picked up 24 points in their last one against the Clippers in Los Angeles. Fires from deep. And there's Korver on the assist by Hill. Hill's got 3 assists tonight.
Outstanding start from three-point range. Their shooters are on fire.
It really makes them a hard team to guard because they space you out so well.
Here's Muscala. Schroeder outside. Off target from three-point range. Milwaukee leading by 10. And it's Hill penetrating. Here's Korver. Second chance shot. And Lopez with the nice bucket inside. Lopez has got 6 points.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Oklahoma City shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight. The first one falls. You know, Greg, for the Thunder fans, hard to see their star power dwindle, but they got a lot in return.
Yeah, but the Thunder were capped out. They hadn't made it past the first round in 3 years. And in exchange for Paul George, they got one of the richest trade packages in league history.
Dante DiVincenzo. He's checked in for Milwaukee. That's tipped. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Passes to Gilgeous-Alexander. And here's Schroeder. 11 seconds left in the first quarter. Shot clock at 5. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. From deep three-point range. Keeps it alive. And the rebound goes to Lopez. And so it's Milwaukee going into the break with a 10-point lead. They've set the tone. They love their tempo. They're going to be very tough to stop. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. Well, there are a lot of letters that go into the spelling of Giannis Antetokounmpo's last name. He helped set the record straight of how you pronounce it.
The Nigerian way, you gotta say with a D, so it's Antetokounmpo. But in the Greek way, you say with the NT, like Antetokounmpo. Whatever you got, just say, it's Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Seems easy enough, right?
I guess so. I think a lot of people are going to stick with Giannis or the Greek Freak.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And look what we've seen from Milwaukee. What do you think, guys?
They came in on a mission, razor-sharp offense in that first period.
Yeah, I agree. That was a flawless offensive performance so far. I mean, the shots have been falling. They're making good decisions. That's a nice recipe there.
Ilyasova out there with Kyle Korver. Then it's George Hill. Then there's Robin Lopez. And it's DiVincenzo in at the shooting guard position. So that's who Milwaukee starts the second with. And good on the second, so he makes them both.
Well, the Bucks can be a real force on defense. We're the top-rated defense last season in the league and number 1 in rebounding and challenging shooters as well.
Here's DiVincenzo. He's still scoreless so far in this one. The drive by Hill, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. And Clark, the length and size of the Bucks, a big part of their defensive success.
Well, I agree. I mean, versatile defenders across the board for the Bucks. They can handle switches and pick and rolls comfortably. Makes for a very strong defensive force no matter who's on the floor for this team.
Now here's Schroeder. Lets it go from 14. Gilgeous-Alexander can't get it to go.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
Yeah, another column in the stat sheet that hasn't gone in their favor. To climb back, they've got to put forth more effort.
Here's Schroeder following the basket by George Hill. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here, and plenty of contact on the shot, so 2 free throws coming up.
Well, a look at that 2018 Clippers draft pick and Gilgeous-Alexander. His incredible size at the point guard spot makes him one of the more intriguing players from that class.
And last season with Gilgeous-Alexander, Greg, you could see what he was capable of with his length.
Well, it's just so difficult to slow up when he's running downhill at a defender. Already a plus defender in his offense coming along. He could be a scary figure at that point guard position.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Now the Bucks moving it up. Hill leading the charge. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Hill's experience on display there, doing a nice job handling the physical contact and drawing the foul. Tell you what, George Hill is one of my favorite players to watch. A veteran point guard. He's bounced around a bit the last few seasons, but he gives you leadership, toughness, a cool demeanor, and he's one of the smartest players I've ever been around. Brings value to every team that he plays on.
That one good for 2. Schroeder's got 5.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Hill passes to Lopez. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. Shooter comes with the double team. And here's Ilyasova outside. Gallinari with the rebound. And with Hill, as you said, Clark, he's a perfect fit as a second unit leader.
Yeah, I love the fact that George Hill really gives you everything you need in the backcourt. He's an excellent defender, makes really good decisions, can score the ball when you need him to. And he's ideal to come off the bench because he packed a lot of production into short playing stints.
He gets a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Chris Middleton was a first-time All-Star in 2019. Now, we all know that Middleton is one of the league's best shooters, but he had to adjust his game to a new system under coach Mike Budenholzer. Middleton said, "I guess that's what being an All-Star is, a team player and a complete player. Not playing for stats, playing for nothing else but to win." Kevin?
First-time All-Star and well-deserved. David, thank you. There's Gallinari with the three. Score it. His third straight basket in 3 tries.
Boy, a big man with great touch from deep, always a valuable commodity in today's game.
The pass to Ilyasova. Here's DiVincenzo. He's guarded by Diallo. Here's Korver for 3, and no good that time. So the Thunder will take it the other way. Diallo with it. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Schroeder against Korver. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. Diallo. And there's another one for the Thunder. Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. Clark, you were such a terrific athlete growing up, and it must be fun for you watching your kids and soon your grandkids go through their athletic journey.
It really is one of the great blessings and treats of my life to see our kids grow and develop as people, but also to enjoy different sports. Our boys played basketball and soccer, and our daughter played volleyball, all played in college at some level. And so it is great. Anytime you see your kids find their lane, enjoy running in it, and do well in that lane, it's joy indescribable.
Here's Bledsoe following the score by Oklahoma City. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. Chris Paul picks up that one. And since coming to the Bucks, Eric Bledsoe hasn't been asked to do nearly as much as he has in the past.
And for Bledsoe, that is a good thing, as he is best as a complementary player. Not scoring as much, but his decision-making and shot selection have vastly improved.
Boy, that's got to be terribly frustrating there. I mean, with the defense not hustling and he still misses, boy, he wishes he had that one back.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Chris Paul picks up that one.
And, you know, the improvement we've seen over the last few seasons with Giannis is incredible. I mean, he just keeps adding to an already superstar-level game.
Now, here's Adams. 11 points for him in that last game against Orlando.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
Especially, Greg, when you're scoring the ball at a decent clip the way they have. I mean, they've done exactly what's necessary to take the lead.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
You know, you look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust. They can ill afford those types of breakdowns. It won't work. You can't win with those kind of breakdowns.
Paul can't get it to go. And you know, Greg, this last season, Giannis improving on his rebounding and his passing.
Career highs for him in both of those areas. If he ever adds a deep shot, I'm not sure how you guard him at that point.
And Adams kicks to Ferguson. Oklahoma City moving it around. Gallinari against Bledsoe. Goes back up. Yep, it goes in, and the Milwaukee lead is cut down to 9 in the bucket from Gallinari.
Just the height separation on that mid-range jumper. Excellent job of taking advantage.
Giannis, that's a 2-pointer. It's rebounded by Paul. Oklahoma City's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Here's Ferguson, defended by Middleton. And there's the defensive 3-second call. And what a year last season for Giannis Antetokounmpo. He was terrific across, Greg, all stat categories.
And he was rightfully in the MVP conversation very early on. He's still very young, and I see multiple MVP seasons in his future.
Here's Ferguson. Rebounded by the Bucks. Antetokounmpo's got his 8th rebound here tonight. To the middle. And Middleton the bucket on the assist by Antetokounmpo. Middleton's got his first bucket in this one. Thunder trailing by 11. Looking to end his cold spell, and it's Paul getting it to go.
Tell you what, the speed of Paul is still there. It may be a little deceptive, but it's still real. Hard to keep pace with him on the drive.
Bledsoe looking it over, past Giannis. Trying his luck from deep. The rebound by Steven Adams. Adams has got 5 rebounds tonight. Down low, Gallinari. And the rejection by Giannis. A nice shot by Gallinari. And so Giannis will bring it up for Milwaukee. They've led by as many as 14 points. Bledsoe kicks to Matthews. It's Antetokounmpo on the wing. Pass to Matthews. Here's the 3. Good. And it's Giannis picking up the assist. Antetokounmpo's got 4 assists now tonight. Thunder trailing by 10. Now here's Paul. He's got 8. Pass to Adams. Just 5 on the clock. The shot that time, not on target. Giannis with some nice D. And Giannis throws it down.
And you know, this is why people are so high on Antetokounmpo. I mean, he's a ferocious player, great competitive spirit, tremendous work ethic, and highly skilled. He wants to dominate.
Now here's Paul. And the pass to Ferguson. Misses the 3.
Oh, man, you know he'd love to have that one over.
Inside. Shot's good by Middleton. Middleton's got the lead up to 14 now for the Bucks.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
Now here's Adams. Pass to Ferguson. To halt the run. The second chance effort. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. For Oklahoma City, they have made their free throws at a pretty good clip. They've hit 8 of 10.
Only 71% from the line last season, and rest assured they're hoping to bring those numbers up this year.
And you look at the way Steven Adams has developed his offense the last few years. It's been a huge boost for this team. He has always been a great defender, but now he is an important cog on this team in terms of scoring.
Al Paul. He's got 8. Ring shot on the way. Uses the glass that time, and it's good. Paul's got 4 points in the quarter. And with Adams in his offense, you forget how young he is.
And big men, sometimes they just take a little longer to find their path in the NBA. And Adams has certainly found his. I remember him being in mostly to screen and rebound when he was a rookie, but look how far his game has come.
And he has his fingerprints all over this first half. He is just shooting it so efficiently.
Paul for 3. He scores his 6th bucket from the floor with that one. He's shot the ball 11 times.
Boy, he's doing everything he can at this point. The rest of his teammates need to step up and give him some help.
It's Antetokounmpo on the wing over Gallinari. Antetokounmpo, no good. Thunder trailing by 12. Ferguson, the pass to Paul. That one misses. Excellent D there from Bledsoe. Giannis kicks to Bledsoe. There's the dish to Lopez. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. And they double up Antetokounmpo. Connaughton passes to Lopez. And taken away by Paul. Middleton against Gallinari. Paul outside. Paul missing again.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
And Antetokounmpo is just a blur. I mean, I don't know how a 7-foot guy with that wingspan and all legs and arms can be a blur, but man, he's like a lightning bolt when he gets room to roll to the basket.
And Paul gets it to go in.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Here's Giannis. 38 points for him last game against the Clippers in Los Angeles. And another basket for Milwaukee.
Well, I love how fast Antetokounmpo gets to the basket. One of the most mobile guys in the game.
Giannis Antetokounmpo, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for the Milwaukee Bucks. He was a true standout at the offensive end, both with his scoring and his passing. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Chris Middleton. Chris, a big effort from you guys in the first half. How do you keep that momentum going?
Come out with energy, just try to keep pressing the ball and get stops.
We know that's Coach's emphasis, Chris. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. A tremendous game we're seeing from Giannis Antetokounmpo. He had 32 points, 10 rebounds, and 3 blocks. He seems to have carried the momentum from his last game right into tonight. Kenny, your thoughts on the Bucks' first half?
We're seeing the Giannis effect. First player to ever finish in the top 20 in all 5 major statistical categories. Come on, man. Are you kidding me? It doesn't speak for his overall impact, but I just want to tell you that's impressive.
And now, Shaq, let's get your opinion on Oklahoma City.
Ernie, I don't use this word a lot because, one, I can't spell it, but it was definitely a subpar effort for them on the glass. That hurt. They're serious about cutting through this deficit. It's gut check time. Ugh. You hear that, Ernie? Hit my gut. Ugh. You got to check your gut, Ernie. Ugh. Gut check time, Ernie.
And that should do it.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. You look at Antetokounmpo, and this game has been everywhere.
Well, with a double-double in hand through 2 quarters, you can just imagine what his stat line will look like at the end of this one.
Yeah, he's got that locked-in look in his eyes tonight, and he's not going to start taking it easy. I think he's going to be going hard until that final whistle blows.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. So for Oklahoma City right now, Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Paul out there with Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Ferguson in at the small forward position.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
I'd agree with you, and I don't think they expected this one to be a game where they would get battered inside like they had.
Paul. He can't hit that time. Bledsoe with the defensive effort.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And what I like about it, Greg, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it, gritty and rough, but that's how you win games.
And so it's Oklahoma City with it after the basket by Milwaukee. But he gets it back. Gallinari dishes to Paul. 6 to shoot to the middle. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Paul's got 3 assists in the game. And we're about a minute and a half here into the second half. Pass to Lopez. Now Middleton. It's Antetokounmpo on the wing. Giannis is double. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. And the Bucks with possession here. Middleton right side. 5 on the clock. And here's Matthews for the 3. The Thunder pull it in.
Well, you know, what a season for the Bucks last year. Best record in the East, best record overall in the league. The team cruised during the regular season to win 60 games.
Now here's Giannis. Following the shot by Chris Paul. And that one is good.
Well, I like this execution coming out of the half. Solid. 3 for 4 from the field so far.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Passes it to Ferguson. Stolen by Middleton. And here we go. The fast break with Giannis. And the dunk by Giannis.
Well, you've got to recognize how active Middleton is on defense. I mean, this is a guy that you can't afford to be careless around.
Hey, Clark, those 60 wins for the Bucks, the most since 1980.
You know, start to finish, this team was a force. Had a great approach on both ends of the floor. Fun to watch. No glaring weaknesses in the game plan that works for them. The future's bright there.
And Milwaukee has possession. Paul against Bledsoe. And there's the pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Gallinari left side. It's thrown by Antetokounmpo. And here they come. And Giannis throws it down.
Antetokounmpo so ferocious in transition. I mean, an incredible athlete who loves to take advantage of these situations.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. And for the Thunder, a lot of the assistant coaches leaving this past summer. Greg, how much of a concern is that for head coach Billy Donovan?
Possibly a sign that Donovan could be on the hot seat in OKC. I mean, 3 consecutive first-round exits. Donovan on the final year of his deal. The clock is definitely ticking.
Different look for Milwaukee. Ilyasova, he's checked in for Lopez. Korver comes in for Chris Middleton. And George Hill's subbed in for Eric Bledsoe. Here's Baisley. Paul surveying the floor. Pass to Ferguson. Adams with it. Clock at 6. Over Ilyasova. Drains the 19-footer. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. Hill against Paul. Hill passes to Giannis. It's back to Hill beyond the arc. He can't get it to go. Now Oklahoma City takes it the other way. Down low, Adams. And Adams with the slam.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
Does it as well as anybody, fellas. Tremendous skill while in the air.
The 3 from Hill. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Adams has got 7 rebounds in the game. Here's Baisley. He dishes it to Paul. To the paint. Here's Baisley. Here's Ferguson. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time.
And here's a look at stats for Adams. He had a strong showing last season. 6th in field goal percentage, 16th in rebounding. And he was also among the top 20 in steals. That ability is more unique than folks realize. Very valuable defensively.
And you know, back to his tremendous efficiency shooting last season, top 10 in the league. His dead-eye shooting creates so many opportunities for that offense. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander after the basket by Milwaukee. Here's Ferguson. Schroeder outside, pass to Ferguson. And a miss there on the triple.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised if he gets yanked soon. I mean, that's how bad his shot selection has been.
Giannis is double. Here's Hill, and Matthews kicks to Korver. From past the arc, the rebound by Steven Adams. Adams has got 8 rebounds in this game. Passes it to Gilgeous-Alexander. Now here's Schroeder. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. Baisley passes to Schroeder, and the rejection by Antetokounmpo. And again, no good by Oklahoma City.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
Now here's Schroeder. 5 points in the game. Over Ilyasova. They shoot again. The shot by Baisley, no good.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
And guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
Ilyasova hits the bucket.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Oklahoma City's gotten off to a very slow start from three-point range in the second half. They're 0 for 4. Gilgeous-Alexander kicks it over to Schroeder. Adams trying to free himself up. And that one's good. Schroeder's got 7.
How about that wonderful floater he has, showing off an exquisite touch.
Hill dishes to Ilyasova. The pass to Antetokounmpo. Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal. And the foul called on Antetokounmpo. That's his 3rd foul of the game. A different look for Milwaukee. Lopez comes in for Antetokounmpo. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Matthews. And then for Oklahoma City, Muscala comes in for Steven Adams. And Diallo subbed in for Terrence Ferguson. Clark, what would your dream backcourt look like? If you were going to design one, what would it look like?
Well, they'd have good size and athleticism, somewhere in that 6'3" to 6'6" range, and the ability to make plays for themselves and others, and also be very solid at the defensive end. You know, you think about some guys that would fit that bill. I look at a guy like Malcolm Brogdon, who really gives it to you in multiple ways as a backcourt player. And I like the scoring of Damian Lillard.
Agreed.
Well, George Hill, the veteran guard, doesn't produce at the volume he once did. Still, he brings a lot of value to a team.
And for Hill, Greg, he's a great veteran leader who brings value to a playoff-bound team.
You know, Hill has a game that is effective even when he's not scoring. His leadership and defense will make him a welcome addition to any roster, even as his numbers fade.
And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. And so here is Oklahoma City. And so it's Schroeder with the ball. He'll bring it up for Oklahoma City. Pass to Baisley. Hill against Schroeder. A flawless finish on the alley-oop.
Oh, Kevin, get a load of that one. Take that play and put it in the alley-oop textbook, boys.
Perfectly done. You're right. He put it on a platter for him.
And a nice touch on the finish.
Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal. All going up court. Diallo, no good.
Boy, that is awesome defense, guys, against a capable finisher. Well done. I'm sure the coaches love that.
Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal. And the call will be against George Hill. That's his first foul. Thunder trailing by 18. Schroeder finds Gilgeous-Alexander. Tipped away.
All you have to do is point to their turnovers this quarter. There's a reason the scoreboard looks like it does.
That's been the culprit, the turnovers. I mean, TOs, those kinds of mistakes have really kind of drained their confidence to this point.
And it's Schroeder missing.
Boy, this is bad. Tough to watch. I mean, this is really bad. He's stone cold this quarter. Man.
And the Thunder pushing it up now. Here's Baisley. 6 points for him. Diallo kicks to Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Muskawa. 6 on the shot clock. Good D by Lopez.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the chart.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
And so here is Oklahoma City following the bucket by the Bucks. Unloads from 13, and it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
Certainly not the kind of night he was looking for at the offensive end, and it's had a ripple effect on the team.
Count it. 14 points for George Hill.
You've got to give credit to how Hill just bounces off contact like it's not even phasing him. I mean, he really knows how to finish in style.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. 10 points for him. And again, no good by Oklahoma City. Bucks leading by 22. To the inside. And the Thunder pushing it up now. Shot good by Diallo. Diallo's got his second basket of the night.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
And it's thrown down hard with both hands.
And this is how you want to come out of the half. Prolific and efficient.
Boy, I like the disposition and attitude since halftime. They're patiently looking for good shots.
Schroeder, and no good. Excellent D there from Hill.
It has not been his game so far. I mean, he's trying his best, giving great effort, but little has gone his way.
It's rebounded by Schroeder. The Thunder shooting just 33% in the second half so far. They need to look at more high-quality shots. Takes the three. It's hauled in by Ilyasova. Milwaukee's gotten off to a very slow start from three-point range in the second half. They're 0 for 4. Gilgeous-Alexander with it. He's picked up by Hill. Passes it to Baisley. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks.
Yeah, the defender all over.
Greg, he got in good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
He'll take his third and fourth free throw shots of the game right here. And some changes here for the Bucks. Lopez, he's checked in for Ilyasova. And Middleton subbed in for George Hill. Alinari, he's checked in for the Thunder. Paul comes in for Dennis Schroeder. Here's DiVincenzo.
And this will be the last possession of the quarter if they're patient.
Yeah, they've got to hold for the last shot here.
Middleton against Gallinari. Fades away, and he comes up with the deuce. Middleton's got his third basket of the night.
Yeah, you know, when you shoot the ball as well as Middleton does, you want to be hungry in looking for your shots. I mean, shot hungry is a good thing when you've got the stroke that he has, mid-range and long distance.
And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. The Bucks on top, opening up a huge gap. And we'll get going after this from Milwaukee. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
And they'd love to see every possession end this way. True team basketball.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Inside, it's the Lopez twins, Robin and Brooke. Then it's Chris Middleton. Then there's Bledsoe. And it's Connaughton in at the Patu spot. That's the group for Milwaukee right now. Bledsoe against Paul. Gallinari surveying the D. There's the pass to Muscala. Trains the three-pointer.
You know, pretty much anybody can hit that shot when they're that wide open. I mean, terrible defense.
Bledsoe passes to Lopez. Clark, there are strong divisions and there are weak divisions. The NBA might be considering removing divisions altogether and having only two conferences. What do you think?
You know, that's interesting. I like the divisions because that's what we've been accustomed to, but just having straight conferences, I wouldn't see much harm in that. You'd adjust the schedule accordingly in terms of how many games you play within the conference and how many times each opponent, but I think that could work.
And Oklahoma City making a change here. Adams checked in. Just 5 to shoot. To the middle. Here's Gallinari. Good for another bucket. He's made half a dozen now. 6 for 8 on the night.
Seems to have a knack for hitting guys in their spots. His vision, excellent.
Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. Bledsoe passes to Lopez. He kicks it to Middleton. Over Gallinari. Gallinari with the rebound. Gallinari's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Dishes to Paul. Pass to Diallo. Good, and Paul gets the assist.
Well, I'm not sure how that one found the bottom of the net, but hey, you take it when it comes.
Up top, Bledsoe, defended by Paul. And Bledsoe, here we go. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
Well, the Bucks on offense look to swing things around and pick up the tempo as much as they can.
Well, you know, this team was second in the league in pace. Want to get the ball down the floor and get an easy 3 or a transition chance. That was their game plan. This approach had them as the 4th best offense in the league last year.
Antetokounmpo's checked in for Milwaukee. Matthews comes in for Pat Connaughton. Well, last season, a bit of a renaissance for Gallinari.
And the way Gallinari stepped up last season, Kevin, was a big reason the Clippers were as strong as they were. Now, on the other side of 30, he's been playing some of his best basketball here of late.
And there it is for him.
How about the court vision of Middleton? Just so good at finding the open man.
The Thunder have gotten all 3 of their shots to drop here in the fourth quarter. They came out of the break on a roll. Here's Ferguson. Pass to Diallo. But for a while now, you and I were just talking, we've had a rule that a team cannot go without a first-round pick in consecutive years. Could it be time to lift that restriction?
I certainly wouldn't mind discussing lifting the restriction, but I like it as it is on the books because it does lend itself, I think, to competitive balance. And that's important in the strength of a league.
Here's Ferguson. Giannis Antetokounmpo making his last shot. Now here's Diallo. Tight defense on him. Gallinari trying to get open. And it's off from three-point range.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
Now here's Paul. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time. And a look now at the Thunder's upcoming schedule. On Thursday, they'll be playing against LaMarcus Aldridge and the San Antonio Spurs. And then on Saturday, they'll be taking on Klay Thompson and the Golden State Warriors. Bledsoe against Paul. Passes to Ferguson. Shot clock at 6. And Adams kicks to Paul. Here's Diallo. A three-pointer off the mark.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
Antetokounmpo. And he gets it to go. Antetokounmpo's got 48.
Just off the charts, incredible athleticism from Antetokounmpo. Fending off contact like a real pro.
Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over. Do you think it helps the pace of the game with the NBA recently modifying the shot clock rule that after an offensive rebound, it doesn't go back to 24, it goes now to the new number, 14 seconds?
Well, I really like the rule because you don't have to bring the ball over the half-court line, which is 8 seconds, so it makes sense, and it does speed up the game in my opinion.
A different look for Milwaukee. Wilson, he's checked in for Lopez. Brown comes in for Chris Middleton. And it's Korver in for Wesley Matthews. The pass to Nader. Here's Burton. Offline with his three. Bucks have gone an outstanding 4 of 5 from the field in the fourth quarter so far. And another one falls. Amazing.
My goodness. 50 for the game.
Yep, he is putting on a show. Pass to Noel. They could use a bucket. And a little luck that time, but it drops.
And when he rises up, he knows he's probably going to get a clean look. It's a matter of executing.
You know, for me, it doesn't get any better than seeing big fellas who can use the mid-range jumper to their advantage.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
And, Greg, those looks they're allowing are almost automatic.
Now here's Paul. Clark, a lot of fans ask us what qualifies as a legal screen versus a moving screen. They feel there's a lot of gray area there. What do you think?
Well, I think there is some gray area because the problem you have, one of the problems is a number of veterans out there have become really masters at getting a little extra into their screen, which borders on illegal and many times is. So the league is doing a pretty good job of clarifying it. If you're moving your lower or upper body to help a teammate with your screen, then that should be called. And most times it is called as illegal. A hip check, a shoulder, any of that to set a screen is illegal.
Now here's Giannis. And the double up on Antetokounmpo. Brown finds Giannis. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And it's Brown missing. Oklahoma City's gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 3-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. And that one's good. Burton. Here's Giannis. Outside Korver. The 3. The rebound by Patton.
You know, even though they're on top in this one, you'd like him to be better out there because he's capable of being better. It sure would make things a lot easier, too.
Here's Burton. Here's Patton. Misses from short range. It's Antetokounmpo on the wing. Brown. Giannis outside. Down low and stolen by Noel. Here's Burton. Hits the 3-point bomb. Burton's got 5 points now in the quarter. The Bucks have gone 7 of 10 shooting the ball since the start of the fourth quarter. And here is Antetokounmpo. Mark, should the NBA consider widening the court to even out the value of those corner threes?
You know, that wouldn't be a bad idea, Kevin. But I also like the fact that there's a deep 3 at the top and on the wing. And then you've got a little shorter 3 if you can get to that corner. Widening the lane to make that 3 more in line or symmetrical with the deep 3 at the top. I kind of like having a short corner 3.
I agree with you. Wilson with the block. Giannis outside. Good, he hits again.
and he's been dominant here thus far.
Shouldering the offense, GA, really taking it to the opposition. Paul passes to Nader. To the paint, here's Patton, and the rejection by Antetokounmpo. And they double up Antetokounmpo. 6 on the shot clock, and the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball.
You too.
And here now the Thunder got a piece of it. And it's Paul with the ball for Oklahoma City. Here's Nader. Pass to Burton. Tries a three. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. Antetokounmpo's got rebound number 19 now. Incredible board work. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And for Sterling Brown, he is still developing, but you can see, Clark, where he can be valuable.
I love his game. Watched him a lot when he was at SMU, guys, and he's got all the tools you want on the defensive end. His strength, his activity, his savvy. On the offensive side, still a work in progress, but he's got skills there, too.
Looking at who's out there now for the Bucks. Lopez, who's checked in for Antetokounmpo. Pat Connaughton comes in for Kyle Korver. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Eric Bledsoe. Schroeder outside, lets it go with a three. Rebounded by the Bucks.
And since halftime, he has just been ice cold. Just can't seem to get anything to go his way.
Connaughton kicks to Brown. Here's DiVincenzo. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's going to be on Nerlens Noel. All right, well, a look at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for Milwaukee.
Well, I got to say, one thing that stuck out all game is the consistent penetration they've got.
Yeah, but also, they haven't missed a beat in terms of their fast break game. That's been equally as effective all night long.
Now, here's Schroeder.